Hi guys. For anybody there who doesn't know me, my name is Steve Boonham, and Dave was my first basketball coach, and by far one of the most influential people to be part of my teenage years. I played for Dave between the ages of around 13 to 18, with all the other guys that played on the Conway Comets team back then. For any of you boys that are in the room, hi, I hope you're all well. And to Dave's family, thank you for the opportunity to say a few words about Dave. It really does mean a lot to me. It's difficult to know what to say in a situation like this, but there's two words that keep coming to mind when I think about Dave, and that's how I'll start, and that's thank you. Thank you for everything that you did for me during those years, and for everything you've done for the hundreds or thousands of kids that you've coached since then, in pushing them to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. You are by far one of the most selfless people I ever met. I remember when we played for the Comets, you used to drive that old Vauxhall Cavalier, I think it was, or a Vauxhall Vectra, that old golden Vauxhall. You'd drive us up and down the country in that, or you'd hire out a minibus that you paid for out of your own pocket, never asking us to pay for fuel, paying for the court hire, paying for the referees' fees, paying for our kits, even buying us food after the games sometimes if we didn't have the money for it ourselves. And the only thing you really asked for in return was hard work. You wanted us to put in 110% so that we really could fulfill our potential as basketball players and as human beings. Look, you were the first person that really showed me that hard work equaled results. It's very easy to say it to a kid, when they're 13, but you actually showed me. You dragged me out of bed every Sunday morning, kicking and screaming. Drove me to the gym and pushed me so hard on the weights that I guarantee you every single Sunday I was puking up my Weetabix. When it came to the team as well, you really took no prisoners when it came to training, when it came to plyometrics, or to hill sprints, or box jumps, or stair sprints, or whatever it was. You always made sure that we left absolutely nothing in the tank, so that we really were growing and developing as fast as possible. It may have seemed a little tough at the time, because we get dropped off at home and could barely even walk up the stairs to get back into the house. But 2 or 3 days later, we started seeing our bodies changing, and we were running faster and jumping higher, and we could go for longer. Then it all started to make sense. This lesson started to make sense, and when someone like you holding us accountable for that, week in, week out, for years on end, eventually it sinks in and it stays with you, and it has stayed with me to today. That stayed with me, and also just how selfless you were. You could have done anything with your time, with your evenings or your weekends, but you chose to spend that time helping other people develop. And I can't thank you enough for that. Even when the basketball courts were all closed down or they were all booked out, you drive us to an outdoor court at night time, park the car next to the court, shine the headlights on the basket just so we could get an extra few shots off and run a few extra drills. That's the kind of person you were. You found a way. You always found a way. And you always did it with a smile on your face, and with some of the worst, cheesiest dad jokes I've ever heard in my entire life. I've got some fond memories of our time on the Conway Comets, and I really can't thank you enough for the impact that you've had on my life, on everyone else around you's life. Again, to the family, I'm sending all of my best wishes and love in this tough time. And I hope the rest of the ceremony goes really well. Thank you guys. And Dave, lots of love, man. I'll miss you.